first of all. Thank you for inviting me here. I'm very excited to be in such an event, and especially now that I understand that this kind of furniture is part of a Pope's event. It's a Ratzinger limited edition, so it's quite exciting. And yes, now that I am here, I would like to talk to you about something very new, or rather very old. I'm speaking of an invention that is 3,500 years old, or according to some, even 5,000 years old. I'm speaking about human handwriting. This ancient gesture has undergone different stages, has developed through different tools and shapes, different alphabets, and different ways of representing language. What is in a certain sense new, and this I think can fulfill the adjective new for this meeting, is the fact that handwriting, after 5,000 years, handwriting with a chisel or a brush or a stylus, a quill, a pen, a pencil, or whatever tool, these kind of gestures that have characterized humanity for thousands of years is disappearing. Just ask yourself how many words we still write by hand each day. Let's look at how our handwriting has changed since it has become a rare and increasing obsolete mode of expression. Let's compare the handwriting of our parents or our grandparents, so varied, so distinct and rich with the personality, with the average writing of today. The kind of a hesitant kitchen scroll that we scratch on paper attests to this change. In exchange, we have mastered the keyboard dexterity, and we are struck by the newfound focus on our thumbs. They speak of the thumb generation, while superior mammals were always distinguished by their four-finger supremacy and their opposable thumbs. But yes, this is kind of another story altogether. Almost all of our written communication today takes place through digital devices, smartphones, computers, tablets. And I say this without any reproach or regret, and without praising the past. I only really want to focus my and yours attention to the fact that we are experiencing a historic turning point, greater still than the one associated with Gutenberg and the invention of printing. More similar, perhaps, in importance to the often discussed passage from speech to writing. Think about Plato's Phaedro or Father Ong's talks and many others. But don't worry, I won't dwell on the history of writing. I wouldn't even begin to be able to. Instead, I want to present you a project that invites you to think about this change. The focus is really this change. A lengthy artistic project that reflects poetically on the subject of handwriting and of missing it, its progressive disappearance, and is reflecting on the passage of time. Ecriture Infinie, infinite writing, is an art project that celebrates the rite of passage from the ancient gesture of handwriting to digital writing. It has been created by the Cameroon-born and Paris-based artist Bili Bidjocka and is curated by Simon Njami. And the project aims to write the largest collection of handwritten books in the world. Quite a project. The monumental volumes of Ecriture Infinie are making their appearances in world-renowned libraries and cultural institutions. During each appearance, the public is invited to write on the books, as if it were the last time to write by hand. So the idea is to concentrate in this gesture. It doesn't really matter what you write. The real focus is the solemn, silent, and calm gesture of handwriting itself. Each book, once completed, is packed in linen, completely sealed and hidden in a sacred place. We like to think that these books will be found and opened in a distant future, in a day when handwriting will no longer exist, as hidden in a kind of time capsule, and to be discovered when handwriting may be nearly impossible to decipher, as it is now, for example, for the linear A of ancient Crete and in the so-called Phaistos disc. As an art installation, Ecriture Infinie made its debut at Africa Remix in 2007 at the Mori Art Museum in Tokyo. Other volumes were later shown at Moderna Museet in Stockholm, while the fourth volume was presented at the Venice Biennale within the exhibition Checklist to Luanda Pop at the Arsenale. In the occasion of the Venice Biennale and also Mantua's Festival Letteratura, I first met the author and the curator. Upon introducing himself, Bili said to me, "My artwork is about blank pages." And I replied, "Oh, I am an editor, a publisher of blank pages, by the way." In fact, on the road of conceiving and managing the Moleskine brand, the subject of blank pages was and still is at the center of my imaginative and professional journey. Together, Simon, Bili, and I started to think about how to interweave our common interest in blank pages and writing. Thus, the idea of having Moleskine participate in the largest collection of handwritten books of the world was born. The first 7 books of this collection are 104 centimeters high, and the weight is around 100 kilos, and are made up of 6,000 of blank pages to be written on. But Moleskine contributed with the project by creating the 8th book, retaining all the familiar characteristics of Moleskine notebooks: rounded corners, ivory pages, elastic closure, black hardcover, bookmark ribbon. And the 8th book measures around 1 meter high, and it's around 35 kilos weight. And it is a little smaller and lighter than the other volumes, but at least to this day, it is the largest Moleskine notebook ever made. It's quite impressive. The Ecriture Infinie project is developed in collaboration with Lettera 27, a non-profit foundation established in July 2006 and partnering with Moleskine. And the mission of Lettera 27 is to support the right to literacy and education and access to knowledge and information. So this project is strongly related with this. In starting this collaboration, we added a new important back to Bili's work and to the Ecriture Infinie project. Here now, being seen for the very first time in the world, I am happy to present it to you. It's the website dedicated to the project. In conjunction with the ongoing 3D art installation, the Ecriture Infinie website is an online platform open to digital participation by the public. The website illustrates the project, tells its story, and at the same time offers the public the opportunity to leave its mark. A special section of the website called Gallery allows the public to upload videos and images to celebrate the act of handwriting in all its different forms. And the Gallery section collects all the public's uploads. Dedicated social network channels, along with image and videos sharing platforms, allow people to interact with the project by offering the possibility to upload their own creations related to handwriting. And during this stage, then, the public will be able to interact with Ecriture Infinie directly, writing on the book at one of its public appearances, or indirectly, I would say almost metaphorically, through the site dedicated to the work. And we are looking into other long-distance, yet still physical kinds of participations. Let's say ways to send one's own handwriting and physically transfer it to the 8th volume. We have not found yet the ideal solution, but we are working on it. We have some ideas, and please, if you have any good suggestion. Moleskine will manage the website and organize all the events where the 8th book will make its appearance. These appearances will take place in literary events, literary festivals, libraries, art venues, and will be supported by communication and PR activities online. And at this point, the intertwining between new and creative and economy should be quite clear, as requested by our host Raffaella and the TEDx event. All the Ecriture Infinie installation will be designed to retain a sort of sacred aura, reminiscent of ancient gestures. And these feelings are evoked by the way the book is exhibited, surrounded by silence, darkness, with spotlights pointed on the black page to create an intimate and quiet setting. The 8th book will travel in a special built, all-containing traveling case, similar to this, thus becoming a self-containing, easy-to-build event kit. The full tech rider is available on request. So now the very big volume is ready to be written, and the website is ready and will be online for the public very soon. And the all-containing traveling case is ready to move. And yes, I'm here to hear your suggestions and your proposals and questions. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy handwriting and enjoy Ecriture Infinie.